All right, well, welcome everybody to the 38th Annual Town Meeting. What do you think? Yeah. Thank you for coming here, and thank you for being here today and coming to your town meeting. It continues this annual tradition of informing, listening, and connecting with you about the Mount Vernon community. I'm very, very thankful to have so many Mount Vernon residents here who've made this a tradition, that you've rolled out of bed early on a Saturday morning to learn more about your community. That's a statement in and of itself. Like a true town meeting, your participation and questions are essential to why we are here, and we've set aside plenty of time to make sure that you have the opportunity to ask those questions. This year's program will begin with special recognitions of Mount Vernon residents listening, and we're going to be talking then with our elected leaders, followed by our virtual district fly-through, and then our panel will respond to questions and answers that you might have. So if you have questions, please write them down on an index card. We pass them out, I think, on your way in. If not, just hold your hand up and they can get you one. Putting your questions on there, as well as your telephone number or email address, whatever you'd like to use, will give us a chance to answer those questions. If we don't get them answered, we can at least respond back to you. At the end of the meeting, we'll have an open mic for anybody who wants to come up and offer specific questions in person. So if we're unable to answer a question, again, we will respond back. So thank you. All right, so if you all would please stand for the moment of silence and particularly remember the Mount Vernon friends, neighbors, and residents who we've lost this year, as well as especially in our community, especially the horrible air tragedy at National Airport this past week. Thank you. Now please welcome the Mount Vernon High School Marine Corps Junior ROTC Color Guard for the presentation of colors.
Color Guard, hold. Left turn, point.
Please face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Freeze and color.
And I now welcome Denise Flores, a Edison High School graduate majoring in music at Northern Virginia Community College. Denise will be singing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Denise does not know this, but she has provided this wonderful performance for us for more than 4 years, And I just want to take a minute to share that she has earned a full scholarship to study music at Regent University, and I wanted to congratulate her in particular for that and for her wonderful work on our behalf. So thank you, Denise.
Thank you.
Your smile is a beautiful one. You'll do well. Thank you.
Right turn. Point. Forward. Point.
Thank you. I want to start by giving a special thanks to the Mount Vernon High School principal, Gary Dimick, as well as the Director of Student Services, Brian Murphy, and their wonderful staff for supporting this event every year. It's a lot of work. Also to the Mount Vernon High School PTSO for hosting coffee this morning. Hopefully you enjoyed the coffee and donuts that they had. Thank you to our wonderful Marine Corps Junior ROTC Color Guard presenters, Cadet Sergeant David Hernandez, Cadet Corporal Remy Lloyd, Cadet Second Lieutenant Emily Blaylock, Cadet Lance Corporal Martha Rodriguez, led by Major Birch Bynum. As well as thank you to our, yes, thank you, that's absolutely, fantastic job. I also want to thank our Mount Vernon High School Orchestral Ensemble, which you heard out in the hallway, Kira Winkowski, Andre Barrentos Cruz, Eva Greek, Jocelyn Asensio Lopez, Dominion Widener, Alex Jimenez Harding, Frank Jenkinger, and Al Rodriguez, their orchestra director. So thank you all very much as well for playing such beautiful music this morning for us. I hope all of you had an opportunity to visit our KidBiz Young Entrepreneurs. Those are the folks that were in the hallway as you came in and walked to the main exhibit hall. These small business owners have many handmade crafts, treats, jewelry, and more. And I want to give a special thank you to Fraser O'Leary for inspiring their entrepreneurship and in bringing our young residents and bringing these folks here today to frankly participate in this town meeting. And as always, thank you, the producer of the Channel 16 show, Albie Sinioko, and the entire Channel 16 crew for their professionalism, many hours of work they put into this production is really designed to really make us all look good. And I know with me, they got a little bit more work to do than most, but I think we do a pretty good job with that and look forward to you all seeing the production today. Additionally, we have our Mount Vernon High School student technicians. They're up in the cloud with us, Elizabeth Snyder and Tyler Canestrano, and their theater teacher, Jess Shaw. Thank you all very much. Appreciate your work on our behalf. So. We have many, many special guests here today, so please join me in recognizing them and keep your applause until the end, because I'm going to run through these fairly quickly.
Go ahead and applaud.
Well, first and foremost, I hear Jerry Connolly, but next to him is Don Byer. Thank you both for being here. And in addition to that, we have State Majority Leader Scott Servell. Scott, thank you. I know State Delegate Paul Krizak was here earlier. I think he had to leave. Oh, Paul, he's still there. All right, thank you, Paul, very much. We have my colleague and the Fairfax County Chairman of the Board, Jeff McKay. Thank you, Jeff. And my side seat mate, Pat Harity's here representing the Springfield District. Thank you very much, Pat, for being here with us today. Mateo Dunn will be here if he's not here at the moment, and he's our school board member as well as our former school board member, Karen Corbett Sanders. Karen is right over here. Thank you very much, Karen. And we have our new Fort Belvoir commander, Colonel David Stewart. David, thank you, Colonel. Thank you very much. Appreciate you being here today. Thank you. I see a sign and somebody I haven't mentioned. Oh, Ilyang. Where's Ilyang? Ilyang, thank you, sir. He's our at-large school board member. Thank you. Ilyang and I served on the school board. We go back too many years. We won't even 20-some plus years. So thank you, Ilyang, for being here. And I also wanted to recognize a dear, dear friend of Jerry Highlands and somebody who really was a core part of keeping him healthy and connected and really making sure that we all got a chance to truly enjoy Jerry. That's Bill Bach. Bill is sitting right behind our special seat reserved for Jerry. So Bill, thank you very much. I'd also like to thank our Mount Vernon District appointees that serve on our boards, authorities, and commissions. So if they would all please stand up, we want to make sure they're getting recognized. Please stand up. There you go. I see a number of you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We have more than 50 BACs. So if you're interested in a board, authority, or commission, would like to serve, please let our office know. We almost always have vacancies in different kinds of committees, and we'd welcome your raising your hand and letting us know. There's a list, by the way, of those boards, authorities, and commissions in your bag, in this bag here that you all should have and hopefully you came in with. I know I speak for all of us today. We would not be here today and assembled in the way that we're assembled without a major presence that's missing from our town meeting today. One of the very few that he's missed in more than 38 years. That's my friend and mentor, Jerry Highland, who started this wonderful tradition 38 years ago.
We were able to accomplish a number of things in this community. And although they were done on my watch, I would never use the word that I did them, because I didn't do them, except with the help of so many people who were the people who really did the job with me. And there has been nothing more satisfying for me than to have the opportunity to do that job, to do it, and then to have the satisfaction of your citizens being happy with whatever you've done.
So when you think about the best thing that we could have done to honor Jerry, it's to honor his legacy of human services work in the county, and to name this building after him is very fitting because people come into this building every day and they take advantage of services the county has that wouldn't exist if it weren't for Jerry Highland's passion and years of service.
I'm sure you'll hear a number of comments from all of us today throughout the town meeting about the personality that was Jerry and really the friend and the deeply caring human being that was Jerry. As you likely know, Jerry left this world quietly in his sleep on January 19th. Jerry was a true community pillar, and public service was his calling and passion. I know we all share that because we are here for those same reasons. He served us on the County Board of Zoning Appeals, as well as he was elected in 1987 as the Mount Vernon District Supervisor, where he served us faithfully for 28 years. He gave us all to ensure that the citizens of Mount Vernon were deeply involved in the decisions affecting their lives and the community. He was known as a leader who listens. I know I'll always remember seeing that on the signs, and always considered how the county could support our most vulnerable residents. Jerry was instrumental and the efforts to close the I-95 landfill, keep Inova Mount Vernon Hospital open, and really transform the Lorton community. His annual town meetings and Lobster Fest, many of us know that, attended by hundreds of residents, politicians, and county leaders, were a testament to his deep commitment and connection to the community. Everyone who knew Jerry certainly has a story about him. I have a number of them. I've met with residents who proudly talk about the moment they met Jerry during the Huntington flood, where he showed up in high waders to help residents to safety as well as to comfort them during a very, very difficult time. Or the widow who called him because she needed help shoveling her snow, only to find and be shocked to realize when she looked out her window that Jerry was out there on her stoop with a shovel, working hard. There are many, many, many stories like this to share, but he didn't tout them and look for accolades. He did them quietly because he cared deeply about all of us. When he needed downtime, he found peace at his farm on the Eastern Shore, and with the bounty he farmed there, he graciously shared his eggs, crabs, oysters, and particularly for one individual, his explosive wine, homemade wine. So his generous spirit definitely knew no bound, and for that we'll be forever indebted to him. For those of you who are interested, we have a community celebration of life that the family will be sponsoring for Jerry. That will be held on Friday, March 28th at 10:30 a.m. at Good Shepherd Catholic Church, with a reception to follow. I look forward to seeing many of you there to celebrate this wonderful man who will be missed by so many. Thank you. And maybe we can give him a standing ovation. Come on, folks. Thank you, Jerry. He knows. He knows. He knows. He knows. Thank you. Next, I'd like to recognize our Mount Vernon residents who received awards this year for their contributions to the district and the county. First and foremost, I want to recognize Glenn Fatziger. This year, Glenn received the Fairfax County History Commission Lifetime Achievement Award. Glenn has truly exhibited a lifetime of service, including co-founding the Mount Vernon Community Band and the Nova Community College Foundation. He served on the boards of the Mount Vernon Council, Nova Community College, and Fairfax County Park Authority, where he contributed to the efforts to establish the original Mount Vernon Rec Center ice rink. He has served decades on both the Mount Vernon and the County History Commission, and was instrumental in bringing, for the first time, professional fire department to Mount Vernon. So thank you very much, Glenn, for all of your work, your decades of work. Additionally, we have Kathy Hosick. Kathy is a community champion. She's been a super community champion for decades as a leader, not only with Grand Involved and the Mount Vernon Council, the Ventures in Community, FCPS, as well as a PTA president at Stratford Landing. So thank you very much, Kathy, for your fantastic work as a community champion. We also have several residents who are leaving positions within our community that I would like to recognize. First and foremost is Scott Stroh for his 11 years of leading Gunston Hall and serving as chair of the Fairfax County 250th Commission, as well as the County Child Care Advisory Board. Additionally, Sally Lyons for 20 years with the History Commission, chronicling the history of Old Colchester and Mason Neck. Reverend Dr. Darrell White for 40 years of pastoral leadership at the Bethlehem Baptist Church, one of the foundational community organizations of Gum Springs. John Ribble spent countless hours, over 42 years, serving on the Board of Zoning Appeal of the BZA, chairing for almost 2 decades. Dean Norton for an extraordinary 55 years of George Washington's Mount Vernon, retiring as Director of Horticulture and Livestock. We also have several communities and organizations that have celebrated milestones this year. Pohick Church, the 250th anniversary, a church founded by George Washington and George Mason. Holland Hills' 75th anniversary, which now has a historic overlay district that we've created together to preserve its character. Good Shepherd Housing celebrated 50 years and their 100th house this year, I'm proud to have served as chairman of this fantastic organization 25 years ago when we acquired our first home with them. Wesley Housing for their 50th anniversary and thousands of homes. So again, thank you all very, very much for your service. And now we lured you here with the understanding that there will be a big reveal of what we have in common. We've been talking about the promise and the possibilities of the original Mount Vernon High School campus for decades. I know Karen sat on had a commission, and Jerry and